Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about how we should remember the 1992 referendum. And it is a damn shame, excuse my language for swearing right here, but it's a damn shame that they do not talk about it in history books any more than they do. And it leads to people stereotyping that all white South Africans supported apartheid. They didn't want apartheid to end. And that's the stereotype that towards a lot of white South Africans in South Africa as well as abroad in other countries. But what the 1992 referendum did, now while it did not directly end apartheid, only white South Africans could vote at the time, pretty much. And F.W. de Klerk, who was president of South Africa at the time, ordered a referendum. And the referendum, there was not any violence with the referendum voting, not any fistfights, it was a very peaceful vote. But the white constituents of South Africa voted in this. And the National Party was the ruling party at the time, and they were negotiating with anti-apartheid groups, mainly the African National Congress. The African National Congress just had negotiations later in the apartheid years. By themselves, the African National Congress did not end apartheid. They played a role in it, but it was a very small role, and it was minimal. But nevertheless, they were the leaders in the negotiations at the time in the early 90s. The vote was passed. The referendum was voted that the National Party should continue negotiations with the African National Congress. And 59%, I take it back, it was about 69% of white South Africans voted for this referendum. If it was the other way and more than 50% of whites voted against this referendum, what would have happened was the National Party could have stopped negotiations with the African National Congress, and they could have declared martial law throughout the entire country, which would have delayed ending apartheid for several more years. So we need to remember the referendum, and we need to teach about it in all our schools. I firmly believe, because it leads to a bad stereotype of white South Africans when the referendum is not talked about. So everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.